Alright, let's try this again. And we shall see if this works. Alright, is it looking any better now? It still looks kind of choppy. Let me know if it's looking better than the last one. Yeah? Okay. I'd switch phones. I'd switch from using my Senza to using the Honor 8. So. Okay, so question, who's excited for the J7 Perx? That's what I was asking earlier. Oh, even the freaking, the comments is coming in, so I don't need another phone to do this. Alright. Yeah, it's better. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I was pretty stoked to see that the J7 Perx from Boost Mobile is going to go at $199, which is a lot cheaper than what this one was. This one was, I think it was $229 when it first released, and then it went up to $249. So I was kind of happy to see that the J7 Perx is going to be $199. Okay, all right. It's like an overgrown J3 Emerge, basically. I think they both look identically alike, except one's bigger than the other, which would probably be like the oddest thing to be saying right now, because anyone that knew that obviously knew that. So, I mean, I didn't. I saw some pictures of the J7 Perx, but I wasn't actually too sure if that was going to be like it. So what are your guys' thoughts? Some of you guys that rock Boost Mobile right now, what are your guys' thoughts? Are you going to go out and get this device? Is this a device that, you know, seems like it's a win? That is the, okay, you remember on Boost Mobile they came out with the J7, which this is the 2015 model. Everyone confuses it for 2016. This is actually the 2015 model. Well, one of the variants of the 2015. But it came out in 2016. And, yeah, this was a very popular phone on Boost Mobile. Well, there's a new version that I think came out or is coming out, and it's called the J7 Perx, which I think I may have gotten the surname correct. If not, then I'll correct it after. But I think it's called the J7 Perx. But anyways, yeah, that is the updated, well, the 2017 J7. How do I feel about the Galaxy S8? I really can't feel anything about it because I never played around with it. Reading specs and stuff like that, I mean, it's whatever, you know. Phone's a phone right now. Hey, what's good? What's going on, Louie? I can say that no matter what negativity the S8 has, it's going to be overshadowed by the fact that it's a Galaxy S series. Galaxy S series could be good, bad. People still love them. That's honestly my opinion. There's never been a real time where anyone, you know, went up and just went off on a complete Galaxy S series phone. What song is that from? I don't know. You can tell me what song that's from. I couldn't tell you. How do I feel about the Note 8? I mean, I don't think it's going to explode, if that's what people are wondering. I don't think that's going to happen. I think, you know, Samsung learned from its mistakes and is going to do better as far as, what do I think of the Warp Elite? It's still a good phone. If you're looking for one out there that's not going to cost you a lot of money. I mean, it's not on the latest version of Android, but it still does fairly well. For what it is, it still does very well. So, the Warp Elite is still thumbs up in my book. Art Dog, I hope so. You hope it doesn't explode? I think Samsung's really been really kind of on point as far as like not letting stuff like this go back. Would you choose it over the Vault 2? Now, for today's use, yeah, you'd have to, because a lot of things nowadays are bigger size in files, and the Vault 2 is with the latest update. There's no root for it, so I couldn't do anything like apps to SD. I couldn't do nothing like that. But the Vault 2, yeah. If I didn't say the Vault 2, I meant the Vault 2. You can't root it now. I still like the Vault 2. I still like the way it's built. It's probably one of my favorite devices. Just the way it's built, though. The only J series from Samsung I ever used was the J1, and it was alright. Well, the J3 2016 was actually a pretty dope phone. I can contest to that. The J7 is pretty good, so we'll see if the J7 Perx is any good. What's up, John? You should make a tutorial videos on how to root. I don't know. I mean, today, getting things rooted, especially if it's not flagship, is pretty complicated. It's not as layman's as it used to be back in the day, where like it was easy to do, sort of. My favorite was the original Vault. Love the color changing notification. Yeah, the Vault, the original Vault will live in the hearts of many tech enthusiasts forever. Guaranteed. That was a phone that I felt like was like the model of what prepaid devices should be moving towards. I mean, you had a huge battery with a small screen. Not a very small screen, but like a 4.7-inch display. It was pretty decent. Had NFC, had an IR blaster. I mean, the cameras weren't always the greatest, but I mean, that should have been like the skeleton to like what manufacturers should look to build mid-range devices, is to try to be a few years ahead. Yeah, so anyone else got thoughts about the J7 Perx? That sounds so weird to say. It almost sounds like I'm talking about a shampoo, like Perk Plus. Like, if they called it the Perx Plus, that would really throw me for a loop. The Vault definitely gave the Samsung Galaxy S3 a run for its money. Yeah, it did. Yeah, it very much did. I think the only complaint I ever had with the S3 was the battery life was just horrible. Do I think Boost will start getting some better phones? I don't know. That all depends on CEO Marcelo Claire, how you say his name? Nia Dang, what's up? All depends on Sprint CEO. That's all I can tell you guys. It just depends on him. I mean, they said that this year was supposed to be them focusing on the prepaids, Boost Mobile and Virginmobile. And so far, I haven't seen diddly anything that says that Sprint is making a move to better their prepaids. Which do I prefer, the Vault 1 or 2? The Vault 1. I like the build quality of the Vault 2. That is the one thing that captures me. But I mean, you can get that with, yeah, it's just absolutely crazy. You get that with the G4. You saw my video about the Verge. Stick to smartphones. They're already biased. Well, okay, not trying to give the Verge so much crap, but I mean, their especial is technology, and I know vaping falls into that category in some way or another, but I think it was kind of hard to take it serious. Like when he was, the part that made me crack up was when he had the Jewel. He was vaping on it, and he called it the iPhone of vaping. Like, there was another, like, why make an Apple reference to vaping? That was just total BS. And then the fact that but The Verge made that little segment with all these exploding mods and running some sort of, like, comical background music to it was, I think, in a way, very disrespectful. Because while some may find humor in that and laugh, you also got to think, like, people have lost fingers. They had, second and third degree burns. They've had part of their jaw blown out. Like, this is no laughing matter to get views on The Verge. You go and you make a video about vaping, and then you talk all this nonsense that you really have, no real input on. So, I mean, that's why I made that video. Well, I streamed it and then I uploaded it. That's why. You know, other than that, I mean, I know the Verge is biased when it comes to Apple devices. They always swing for the fence when it comes for Apple products, and then they give like these really just stiff reviews on Android products. So I don't take the Verge serious on anything that they say anymore. But then this one was just like the icing on the cake. This was just like to show where their mind frame is at. They're trying to be edgy on YouTube with their edgy little videos. Yeah. Oh. Well, they did the HTC 189 sort of. Oh, okay. Also, the 3000 milliamp hour battery was great on it. What about Flossie Carter? What about him? Speaking of which, I got this one little clip. So I'm like grabbing what's the best case for the Vault 2? One that you find that's appealing and would work for you. You know, I don't really have a bunch of cases for the Vault 2. I have like one generic TPU gel case that's like all black that I have for it, and I never bought any other cases for it. I don't really buy a lot of cases for my phones. I like to showcase their build quality. Unless like I feel like I'm going to be clumsy that day, then I have like a little case to protect it. I use cheap $4 ones. Oh, okay. Do I think he's biased? I don't know. He could be. Maybe not. I mean, I see some of his videos, but like his videos are like super long, and I don't have a lot of time to watch videos that long. Like for the pace in my life, like right now. I mean, I have the time to sit down right now and broadcast and talk with all of you, and it's either I do this or I watch a Flossie Carter video, because his videos are very long and he dives down extensively deep into a lot of things that he's talking about. I got a case for a J3 Emerge. Cool. Poetic cases look cool and don't hide the phone that much. Yeah. I see a lot of Poetic case reviews on Paul Tech's channel. When are you going to do another visit to the store showing that phone? Pretty soon. No, you're not late. You're not late at all, Chad. You're early to the game. Anyways, but I mean, I did go to Best Buy today, and I was like seconds away from buying the phone just out of like pure curiosity. I have like a little clip that I recorded real quick to add into a vlog later. What is the best smartphone camera? Man, I really can't tell you, because if I tell you what device has the best camera, that easily will get trumped by another device that gets brought out like in a month or so. So I can tell you. I mean, currently right now, like the top phones I feel that got really good cameras, of all honestly, would be the Pixel, the iPhone 7 Plus, the G6's cameras is actually pretty good. I like the cameras on my Honor 8. I think they do very well. I have not played around with the Honor 8 Pro. I played around with the P10, and that's okay. And I would say like some of the demos that I've seen about the S8 were pretty good. But anyways, yeah, so I went to Best Buy, and you guys know the company Blue, Bold Like Us. Maybe you guys know about the device. I didn't, because I've never seen it before, but it's called the Blue, I think it's Vivo 5S. The Vault 2 camera, Cortana, or Google Assistant. Google Assistant. I'll show you that guy's clip. I'll show you guys a clip tomorrow. I'm gonna put together a little vlog video, and I'll upload it to the channel, and you guys check it out. But I mean, it's like, it was such a bite from the iPhone 5S. I mean, literally, you could fool people with this phone. The size, the screen size, the build, and everything was just so matched to the iPhone 5S. The only way you would know that it wasn't an iPhone was on the back of it. It said Blue. So, like, if you were like, if you were trying to fake it till you make it, you would like have to hold your phone like literally like this, because it's tagged like right here. It says Blue, but it looks so much like a 5S. I was freaking out, and it was only $59.99. I was like, you know, I want to buy one of these. Excuse me. I want to buy one of these just to have fun. because it's only 3G capable. It's not 4. It's not LTE capable at all. It's a 3G device. It's got 8 gigs of internal storage, 1 gigabyte of RAM. It was just so funny. I'm not too crazy on the Perch price. Hey, $199. It's cheaper than last year's model, which was $229.99. So even though it's it's almost similarly spec'd, except it's now got an octa-core processor. Blue like us, bold like us, bold. But it's just funny. It was the phone was just so weird. Just look out for tomorrow's video. I'm gonna sneak that clip somewhere in there, so you guys can see it. Apple runs the smartphone game. Really? Wait, no, I love myself. Oh, what's the phone called? It's called the Vivo 5S. Hold on, maybe let me pull up a photo here and I'll show you guys just kind of the idea of it. Yes. Open it. You have to peel the plastic first. Don't start that. Come on, you're 6 years old. You know how to take the wrapper off things. When your kids don't want to do anything, they want to act like they're so helpless. Grant, what's up? Alright, Goku. I like that name. Thanks for checking it out. Anyways, Grant, if you didn't catch it, basically I was talking about the Blu Vivo 5S. And just Happy Aloha Friday. Yeah, Happy Aloha Friday. Hold on, let me try to find it. It's I was at Best Buy today and I was telling them that I saw this phone that was like for like $60 basically. And it's so identical looking to the iPhone 5S, like just miraculously so close. Oh, it's the Blu Vivo 5 Mini. Destiny, bring it here. There's no reason to cry. Bring it here. Stop crying. Cry for something like if you got spanked or you got hurt really bad. Don't cry because that's not a good thing to do. I don't like that. Don't do that. You don't have to cry. Where's that little tab at? Oh, let me get this open for you real quick. Cellophane plastic. Anyhow. There it goes. Open. Bold like Ukraine. Oh my god, you guys are coming up with some funny names. God, I'm trying to find out where this... No, the 5, I think it's the 5S. It's just so weird. The back of it looks so much like an iPhone. Getting sent a gaming mouse and 7-inch GPS. You're giving away the GPS? That's cool. Hold on. Hello. Hey. Wait, what? Why? Okay. Okay, and when's that supposed to start? Okay. Are you watching the broadcast? Alright. Okay. Alright. We'll talk about it when you get back. Alright. Love you. Love you too. Bye. Alright, so I'm trying to find it. It so much looks like a friggin' iPhone. Okay, there it is. Well, let me lower my brightness. That'll probably help if I lower my brightness. Can you guys see it now? Do you see how closely that looks like an iPhone? Like, all you gotta do is just put your finger over the letters BLU, and that hides it. And you can probably, like, fake it to someone that it's an iPhone 5S. It was so funny. I was like, I wanted to find a way to get that peeled off the back and just, like, have it out at work all day and see how many people ask if it's, like, the SE or the 5S and just laugh. Right? I have to keep it face down, though, because they'll know from the front it's not an iPhone. Right? Get an Apple sticker. You know, that would have been, if I knew this phone was out, I would have used it for my April Fool's prank. I mean, the last one I did, I know was horrible and it sucked, right? You guys, like, a lot of you guys saw through it real quick. But this one, if I did have, like, an Apple sticker and I covered that up and was like, I made the switch to try iOS, I'm pretty sure I would have got a lot of people because that thing looks like it. But I just couldn't show the front, or I couldn't show, like, me fiddling with the operating system, because you guys would see through that real quick. Because it says BLU in the front also. But man, that closely resembles like a 5S, and I was laughing. So I may still grab it, you know, and unbox it just for shits and giggles, right? It'd be fun to, like, play around with. Blue phones don't usually look like that to me. Oh, okay. Though that looked exactly like a 5S. Like, it was... I thought it was at first, because someone had it face down on the display at Best Buy. Can they get sued? I don't know. You know, if Apple has a patent on that exact design of the back of the phone, probably. But I think Apple's, like, tired of suing everybody, right? I think they're playing catch up in the game right now. They got so much stuff that they just need to bring out that I think they wasted a lot of time suing Samsung. So, who knows? Alright, 199 front-facing camera, only 8 megapixels. Wait, camera. The back is 8 megapixels. The 5 is, the front is 5. I was gonna say the 5 is front. Get iPhone SE. No. Whose whole needs to step their game up. I agree. No, the services is great. Their plans is near there. Their problem is that they don't have a lot of new phones coming out. They're like little by little. I mean, you had the Stylo 3, now you have the, well, you had the J3 emerge, Stylo 3, and now the J7 Perx. Did I leave Boost? Yeah, I don't have a Boost line no more. The only two lines I have is AT&T over there, T-Mobile over here. As at my job, T-Mobile works really good. Making a few apps. I saw your video about the game you made. So I'm making some apps. Hey, right? What's that line I heard from one of my coworkers? Live the hustle, hustle to live. Oh man. Why does Sprint have bad coverage? No. Why do they have bad coverage? The same reason why T-Mobile and AT&T and Verizon would have bad coverage. It just depends the area that you live in. You know, it depends on what kind of towers they have in your town and how those towers are reaching you. And if they have, you know, the 3 bands that I consider to be the importance, well, you know, like the 2.5 gigahertz signal, and then you got a 1900 megahertz signal, and then 800 megahertz signal. The 800 megahertz is good because it's good for, like, penetrating in houses and giving your device signal, like, in your house, in a building. 1900 is broader, and the 2.5 gigs is faster. If you have carrier aggregation where it binds all 3 signals together, you have a pretty fast network speeds. But so it just depends on what kind of towers they have in your town. So, yeah. And if it sucks in your town, if like your coverage is really bad with Sprint, go with something that works in your town. I mean, all the carriers are going to have deals and plans that's going to try to be better than the other person's. Boost has great coverage where I live. No towers. Oh. How can you tell? Like, what do you mean? How can you tell, like, what type of signal you're getting? You hate how Android slows down? That depends. My Honor 8 doesn't slow down, and it's an Android phone. I think it just depends on, like, what kind of Android phone you get. I mean, if you got, like, you know, a $40 or $50 one, you can't expect it to be smooth as butter. But you'll be surprised how many $40 or $50 Android devices can actually fly fast. Speed test is the only way I know. There's an app called Open Signal. I think it'll tell you what kind of towers they have in the area. You can get 6.0 on your Vault 2. Only way to do that, really, I mean, and safely and securely, is to bypass the bootloader, which is locked down. And with all the problems that the G Stylo had on Boost Mobile with, you know, flashing ROM, well, not flashing ROMs, but rooting and all that stuff, not being able to get recovery on it, yeah, it's just not worth the headaches. How much mobile hotspot do I get with AT&T? I don't know. That's a good question. I should look that up. That's why Apple is better with updates? Nope. I hate to tell you that Apple's not better with updates. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing about updates between Google's Android and Apple's iOS. The difference, a lot of people used to say that Apple puts out their updates faster. That's why they jump from Android to iOS. The problem with that is that it was never really about who put it out faster. What made it seem faster was when they talked about it, when leaks started to come out. The Android would always talk about their next operating system and then make people wait months and months and months before it started to roll out. And then, of course, it doesn't help when you have manufacturers that decide to sit pretty on their little asses instead of trying to get devices updated. Plus, they're in this mode now where it's like it's easier to build new hardware, sell it for more money, and make more money than to just put out a software update. Whereas Apple will tell you guys when the next version of iOS is coming out when it's near complete. So it seems like that as soon as they speak about it, it's not that long until it's out for, you know, the current version, the current generation of iPhones, and then back generations of iPhones, right? So it's really all about timing, when they put it out. Like, Android's like the kid that just can't shut up. Like, they're giggling, hee, got a new operating system, Android O's coming, and then we're all waiting for it like, okay, it's not coming till October, you know? Almost 5-year-old phone still gets the newest updates. Of course it is, but think about it like this from this context, right? Apple builds its own hardware and software, which is a plus, by the way, so don't think I'm trashing on them. They build their own hardware and software. All they got to do is accommodate for their own hardware, right? And that's not hard to do. When you look on the Android side of things, what kills it is fragmentation. Okay? Now, if we were to completely throw out every Android device except for one device, let's throw the Pixel in, right? And how long do you think the Pixel is going to be kept up to date? I mean, obviously, this is pitched to be, you know, Google's phone, even though HTC built it. It's still Google's phone, right? A little bit more broader than what the Nexus was. So, yeah, of course, you know, Apple's going to look better because they're only working with their own hardware. They're not trying to put out iOS and then say you know, other manufacturers have to update their devices that run iOS. That is the issue. That is the difference. So it really comes down to this, you know. I mean, if you really want updates that fast, if they mean that much, your best bet is going with an iPhone, because they will keep those things up to date until one completely is like obsolete, and then they will not support it no more. On Android, however, you got too many things to factor in. You got the fact that you got different manufacturers out there, and it's more beneficial for them for you to buy a new phone than to upgrade the phone you already have. So that is the rocky boat that those that rock Android have to deal with. But me personally, software updates, I used to chase them a lot. If I couldn't get them, I'd find a way to root my phone and get a custom ROM like CyanogenMod or AOKP or, you know, Resurrection Remix. Any of those ROMs that would bring stock Android and the latest current version of Android out to a smartphone that I have, I would chase those. Now, honestly, this was going to sound stupid, so a lot of you guys may question this, but really now I don't give a shit. I really don't. You know, I got a device that's rocking Nougat, fine. I got devices that rock 6.0, I'm fine with it. I got devices that rock Lollipop, and I'm still cool with it. I'm not chasing these operating system updates so much anymore. You know, the only time I ever feel the need that I want to have the latest version of Android is when there is a significant big jump. I'm talking about UI change. I'm talking about a high elevated change in performance and in battery optimization. I'll talk about all that stuff. I'm not talking about little minor things. The little minor things, I don't care. You know, that's that's me. Sorry if I offend anybody, but that's just me. Some people like to chase software updates, and even then, like, I find it funny when people snap and get angry because they're chasing software updates just to say that they have the software update. Like, they can't give you a real specific reason why they gotta have the latest version of Android. They can't go and tell you, I need to have Nougat because of this, this, and this. They can't tell you that. The only thing they can tell you is that they want Nougat because it's Nougat. That's it. Absolutely one and done. That's it. They have no real reason to actually want the latest version of Android. And those people, I really feel bad for, because they're pulling their hair out a lot when their device is not getting software updates. But that's just my little rant on that. That's how I feel about it. You know? I honestly feel like that. That's why I miss the Nexus line of phones. I miss Nexus so much because it actually contained those people that just wanted to have the latest version of Android just for the hell of it. All they had to do was go buy a Nexus device, and then they would be able to update. This live every time comments, it gets faster, and then the live stream is... Oh. Sorry. I don't know. That's how the stream is going right now. My apologies. But yes, that's how I feel about OS updates. Also, when I was at Best Buy today, I also took a look at the red iPhone. I went to go look at it, and the shock and awe. It's just red. You know, like, I wanted to play around with it in person. Took some pictures. It was cool. The cameras is cool. It's just red. That's all. One guy was actually talking to me about it while I was playing around with it, and he was like, "Oh, that's the new red iPhone." I was like, "Yeah." And so he came over and he started making a story, and he was like, "Oh, well, what's good about it? It's the same as that iPhone 7 right there. There's nothing really different. It's just red." It was like a major turnoff because I don't know. I guess he was gonna go buy it. It looks cool. I'll give it that. Yeah, it does. Right? Now, I did check out Grant's video on the HTC 10 Camellia Red. Same thing there. I mean, it's an HTC 10, but I mean, it looks good. Looks, and that's what a lot of people are going to do when they go and get the iPhone Red or the HTC 10 Camellia Red, is just the color. And why shouldn't people want to go get it? If you got color options, go for it, right? You know, color options I want to see? I want to see a yellow phone. Not a gold phone, but like yellow. And I know that there have been some. I know Nokia's have had yellow phones, but I want to see some other phones that are yellow. I want to see some green phones, you know. I want to see some phones with some nice color, purple. I want to see a purple phone, maybe like a raspberry color phone, you know. I'll find a marshmallow on my phone as long as it works fine. Oh yeah, cool. $750? Yeah. I mean, isn't that like all iPhones? You know, if you really want it and you want to straight out own it, you gotta like buy it at full price. But a lot of phones are like at almost $1,000. You realize today that smartphones cost more than a freaking than a monthly car note and rent together? If you want yellow phone, go to D brands. I mean, not skinning it though. Like out of the manufacturer's plant. Like the body's built. Like I would love to see an Honor 8 that was yellow. That would be so cool. Or green, right? I mean, I know they have blue, they have pink, and they have black from the Honor 8. And I keep talking about the Honor 8 because I really, really like this phone. Like I had told people, and some people don't believe me, but I found the phone that I liked and I'm gonna stick with for at least a year and a half until it becomes like supremely obsolete. But I doubt it will. I think what really got me is like, you know, the battery life is decent and the cameras is pretty good for what it is. So Huawei P10 has some unique colors like green. I was checking out the P10 at Best Buy, but I'm also go use yours. Go use mine, but close the door. Turn the light on and close the door. I'm kind of interested in the Honor 8 Pro. Transparent, that'd be kind of cool, right? To see like the motherboard and everything that the phone has internally. You can see its guts. They used to do that with old Nokia phones back in the day. Huawei has almost the same setting interface as iOS, no denying that. Yeah. Yeah, the fact that there's no app drawer unless you actually physically turn on the app drawer. The Honor 8 Pro looks solid. Yeah. Yes, it does. I gotta agree with you there, Grant. It really does. Look, I mean, I was looking at it. I'm like, wow, that's like one phone that I want, and I don't have to worry about the breaking the back of the phone because the regular Honor 8 is glass. That one is not. It's metal with like oxidized color on it. Is what it looks like. They showed the blue version of the video that I saw. I always made my pagers the key is transparent. Yeah, you can always go to one of those little phone shop booths that sell those the transparent bodies with the blinking battery, and like you get the blinking antenna. The batteries had like a little graphic to them, so everyone's favorite was getting the freaking the weed leaf. Was green. Okay, go. Go watch cartoons. What would you do for a Klondike bar? A backflip, a somersault, and a cartwheel. Being this fat that I am. Does that answer your question? I like Klondike bars. Do I game? I'm not an intense heavy gamer, but I like playing video games when I have some downtime. Which camera's better, the iPhone 5S or the Stylo 2? I've never really played with the iPhone 5S's cameras. I know the Stylo 2's is pretty good, except that with low light shots, it's not so good at. So, I couldn't tell you. So it was better. The iPhone 5S, the Stylo 2, or the Vault 2. The Vault 2's cameras are okay. They are okay. Low light is not going to be very good. BlackBerry has the P10? I think that's what you meant by BB. Blackberries, man, I miss those too. Don't you guys miss Blackberries? I mean, like, I remember when Blackberries first came out, you looked important as shit if you was walking around with a Blackberry. Like, people thought that you were part of some big time code. BB is Balloon Boy. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, you looked important as hell. My Doug Fry app coming soon. Oh, Best Buy. Best Buy has the P10. I believe it was the P10, or I could have been wrong. Like, I passed by it. Yeah, I don't know. It might be. It might not be. I'll go back and check. I'm gonna go back tomorrow and play. If I go tomorrow, I'll take some videos and then I'll show you. But I was figuring it was the P10. At my Best Buy, people tend to steal those cards. So like the little cards that go like right beneath the phone that will tell you what it is. Didn't think the P10 was in the US yet. Like I said, I could be wrong. I was thinking it was. But they steal the cards. So if it's not the P10, then my bad. You know, I just thought it was. So I'll go back and take a look again. Maybe I'll ask the rep. The reps there, they don't really bug me because they always see me pull out my phone and start recording video if I want to take video footage at Best Buy. So, no worries. I'm interested in knowing if it is. You missed the old BlackBerry company? Yeah, when they actually had their own operating system and not Android. It's like, hello, I'm taking your batteries. Yeah. But, yeah, when you had a BlackBerry, you looked important as hell. I know that for a fact. I had a few BlackBerries in my lifetime, and I absolutely had like no use for it. I mean, I didn't have no corporate emails. I hardly anyone I knew had a BlackBerry, so there was no reason to utilize BlackBerry Messenger. I had it to get online, and yeah. Are you just asking? Well, that's why I'm planning to go back anyways. See, Best Buy is a grown man's Chuck E. Cheese, and that's my spot to go to have fun. So, if I can find any reason to say like, hey, let me stop by Best Buy real quick and walk around, I'll do it. So you just gave me a reason to go look. I'm gonna, say like, hey, I said that I seen the P10. I want to double check and make sure I'm correct. So I need to go back and look and go back. Hi. Yes, Razors was cool. Do I play Five Nights at Freddy's? No. I've heard about it, but no, I haven't played it. I'm an old school gamer, okay? I'm like into like 8-bit, 16-bit, 32, and 64-bit games. Mario, yeah. I've had a motor rocker. I don't know if you remember that one. They always had like so many different names for them. You had the Motor Razor, you had the Crazer, you had the Rocker, you had the Sliver. The Sliver was dope, a candy bar style razor basically. So it wasn't a flip phone razor, but it was just a candy bar style. But it just looked so cool as hell to have. Like I miss that phone. It is a me, Mario. I even like the Moto Q. The Moto Q was like, I wouldn't call it the ghetto BlackBerry. I would just call it like the Windows BlackBerry because technically Moto Q was a PDA, and it could be mistaken for a BlackBerry, but then again, you really couldn't because it had that big Motorola logo on the back that you could easily see. And I like that phone. That phone was actually pretty cool too. I was able to watch YouTube videos on it. It had a little track wheel on the side. Don't open up those windows. Yeah, Ant Mobile. That's where I got my Moto Q from. Hey. No, not yours. That's my Game Informer magazine. Game Informer magazines? Yeah, go. You got Batman on. You're not even watching it. I'm going to turn off the TV. You're wasting my electricity, girl. Go. Go, take it. Bye. Yeah, absolutely crazy. Yeah, I had Ant Mobile before they shut down. Also pissed when they shut down, because I love their TV shows. Was it George Bush, President of the United States, and they had like little Condoleezza Rice and little Dick Cheney, and like they was always scared of him, and he sounded weird because he didn't actually speak. He always like mumbled. Those are the days though. So anyhow, so no more thoughts on the J7 Perx. I was hella pissed. I had to go to Nextel. You went to Nextel? I got thrown into, who the hell did I get thrown into? I got thrown into some company I've never heard of, and then they wanted like this freaking $200 deposit, which was like absolute shit. GoldenEye 007 and Legend of Zelda. Yeah. Stitch, yeah. I mean, I liked Zelda when it was like you know, on regular NES and Super NES, you know, was like pretty cool. But I think I was like the most excited for Ocarina of Time, just for the fact that it was in 3D. Yeah, it's going for like 199. So, did I put your name through a 10,000 layers of Google Translate? Sure. But yeah, I was when I played those games, I got absolutely excited because it was in 3D for the first time. So it wasn't, you know, like top view playing or anything like that. Drink, I smoke. Okay. Are you reciting lyrics? I gotta make the most of the rest of tonight and tomorrow, and I go back to work Sunday. That's gonna be crazy. Johnny Rebel. Okay. Who here remembers Paperboy? Has anyone ever actually liked playing Paperboy on Nintendo Entertainment System? Anybody at all? Johnny Bravo. I used to like to watch that cartoon. All my new juice, it's in the mail. Oh man. Paperboy was the age. I used to like spend hours playing that. Like if none of my friends could come outside because they were grounded, because we always did some dumb shit. That's what I would do to pass the times on weekends. Play Paperboy. Yeah. How about Golden Axe? Who remembers Golden Axe? You got friends. Everyone in here is your friend, Louie. You got friends. Altered Beast. Man. Dude. The very first time I played that game, I freaked out. Because, like, I didn't read the cover of the game. I was so excited that my dad got a Sega Genesis, so I just took the cartridge. Like, I ripped the cellophane off the box, and it snapped open the box and pulled the cartridge out. Stuck it in the Genesis and turned it on, right? So, started playing the game. And, you know, you get those 3 power-ups, and you become, like, the specific character for that level. Like, I totally freaked when, like, I got the third one. I was thinking, like, okay, you know, I'm going to be, like, super powerful. And all of a sudden, you see that splash screen pop up with the flames. And he, like, transforms into a werewolf. And you're like, holy crap. Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I mean, you had the werewolf in the first level, dragon in the second, bear in the third, tiger in the fourth, and then you were a golden werewolf in the 5th level. Pitfall on Atari? But yeah, Altered Beast was dope. I still kick ass in Thunder Force 2. That was like one of my favorite from the Thunder Force series on Sega Genesis. And then, like, literally, Truxton was another game. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. It was kind of like Space Invaders, except it was the graphics was a lot better, and you were in outer space and you were fighting all these alien ships. But it was so super crazy because I thought I got to the end. And come to find out that when you get to the end, it changes its level from like normal to hard. So now you gotta fight all the levels over again in hard mode, and then when you beat that, you just loop and start over again. Like, what the hell? Till you finally got to the end on hard mode and basically beat it. So N64 Perfect Dark, dude. N64 like had so much crazy games that, like, I think for like a whole year I was a loner for a whole year in freshman year of high school because I was like stuck playing N64, like Turok. I love playing Turok. That game was just awesome. Turok, Legend of Zelda, and then if I wanted, you know, because like I'm a fan of watching wrestling, so then I would like play like what is it what. Did like WWE Raw and then WCW versus NWO Revenge. Yo. Turok, yeah, Turok was awesome. Have I ever played Die Hard Arcade? No, I've never actually played it. But yeah, I remember like playing all those games. They were awesome. They were. Then you had to get like the expansion pack for the N64. It was just crazy as hell playing those games. Can I solve a riddle? Nope, I can't solve that riddle because I know what you're saying. And I am not so effing retarded. Get the milk. Get the milk. Shh, your brother's sleeping. Out. Stop making noise. Your brother is sleeping. You guys see that he's sleeping? Let him sleep. He's tired. Get it back. Silent Hill. I'm still a fan of it, and like maybe the movies was a little bit different, but I was super happy on the fact that they kept all the sound effects from the game. That's what the riddle says right there. That I am sofa king. Yeah, you could, if you read it out, you'll know what you'll know. Oh, that's what it says. Yeah, Silent Hill was like. I know people like love Resident Evil. Yeah, see, Resident Evil just came up. But yeah, you got Resident Evil. You gotta go. All right, Louis King. Thanks for chilling with all of us. Later. I think where it really got like real, where I was, where you actually played a game that seemed like you could nearly do whatever you wanted, was when they came out with, what was it? I think it was Grand Theft Auto 3, and then Vice City started bringing in like actual interaction dialogue. That was absolutely crazy then. Don't mind me, like usually around this time I go to sleep because I have to go to work. So hands down Silent Hill over Resident Evil, but Resident Evil was cool. I can kind of swing that way too, if I think about it. I think I got more chills playing Silent Hill than I did Resident Evil. Because like it always starts out like nearly the same with the Silent Hill games, where it's like the first maybe like 45 minutes of you playing the game, you don't really interact with anything dark and evil just yet. I mean, sometimes you may catch things on like, on the screen, off in the distance, but it doesn't really reveal itself until about like 45 minutes into the game, and that's when you kind of hear that song pop up that kind of lets you know that shit's about to get real. And usually when it does is when you don't have a flashlight, you don't have some sort of weapon, so you gotta like literally like flee or get out of there. But yeah, not Resident, but Silent Hill's still top on horror games for me. But anyways, I already let you guys go because I'm like really getting tired. It was cool hangout. I'll broadcast again tomorrow night for the hell of it, and maybe we'll just go over like some top favorite games. If you guys want, that's like a cool topic to talk about. We'll do that. And some nostalgic gaming. So again, I want to appreciate everyone that came in and hung out. Yeah, we kind of like jumped here, there, and everywhere on topics. So, but yeah. So mahalo for watching the live broadcast. You guys are awesome. You guys are dope. And I'm gonna make that vlog video. Actually, you know what? If you guys follow me on Twitter, I'll just post that little video clip about that blue device that kind of looks like a 5S. So you guys check it out. I'll type in my Twitter. Oh, I can't type in my Twitter handle. But it's basically I like Simon. So if you guys can figure that out, I'll put it into the description. So come back to the video and I'll put it in the description. And you guys follow me on Twitter, and then I'll post the video and you guys can go watch it there. So take it easy, everybody. You guys have a blessed rest of your weekend. Bye.